This is the plaintiff, Effie Evans. She says she and the defendant used to be a couple, and she loaned him money while they were still together. Once they broke up, of course, she couldn't get the deadbeat to pay her back the $2,000 she loaned him. And now, here they are in court. Unbelievable. This is the defendant, Tony Wilson. He says he admits the plaintiff loaned him $2,000, but she forfeited the loan many times. That's right. She held hostage an 18th century top hat of his, which he needed for his performances as a James Brown entertainer. He sent her a demand letter, told her if she didn't return the $2,500 hat, the loan would be forfeited. She cut it up with a razor, and here they are. He's accused of lousing over a lover. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,500 for a ruined vintage top hat.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay. Effie Evans, you are suing your former boyfriend, Tony Wilson, for $2,000 that you say you loaned to him and he refuses to repay. How long did you two date?
Almost 2 years.
2 years. All right. When did you loan him the money?
In October of 2016.
All right. And why?
Because he said he was going on a tour and that he was going to make a lot of money and that he would get the money back to me.
But why did he need the money?
He needed up front to get there.
What does he do? What do you do?
I'm the front man for the James Brown band with Bootsy Collins.
So you do James Brown?
Yes, with a real band.
Okay. So you loan him the money according to you, and do you actually get a promissory note?
Yes.
May I see it? And how long into your when did you break up? You loaned him the money October 2016. When did you break up?
Before Christmas of last year.
Okay, so you dated a while longer, over a year, after he owed you the money.
Yes.
And did you ever ask him for the money during that time?
Over and over.
And what would he say?
That he was going to give it to me when he'd get the next. He was going on a lot of shows, going out of town.
And was he actually?
Absolutely.
Okay, so, and he just wouldn't pay you?
Correct.
Did you two live together?
No.
And what caused the breakup?
Monetary and a lot of negative things.
What's going on?
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
Well, she did loan me the money. That part is true. I did sign a promissory note. All of that is true. I did go through a dry season where the tour didn't happen. We were together, and she was actually performing with me. I did ask her.
What was she performing with you?
Well, I performed a James Brown act, and she would put the cape on me and all that kind of stuff, and then, she would dance. She's an excellent dancer. So she did, like I said, gave me the promissory note of $2,000. Once the tour folded and it didn't happen, I thought of her, because of course I had keys to her house, so I've taken care of lots of other things for her. So we came to a point where prior to our meeting, she was saving up all this money, $12,000 to get a roof, and then she wanted to pay $1,500 to get squirrels out of her attic. So what I did was, I told her, I said, well, this tour is not going to happen. It's not going to happen, so why don't you let me take care of the roof where you won't have to pay any of your money. You can keep all that $12,000 you got to your bank. I will do this for you. So I did. I used all my efforts, got Home Depot to do, and her insurance to agree to do the whole roof free of charge.
Oh, you didn't do the roof?
No, I didn't do the roof.
You made phone calls.
Well,
so you don't think you owe the $2,000 because you made phone calls connecting for your girlfriend of 2 years, connecting Home Depot and the insurance company?
Well, the issue was never, ever, when she signed that promissory note, that's
She didn't sign it, you signed it.
When I signed that promissory note, I signed it so that I could pay her back because she was actually doing the shows with me. When that folded, I had to think of other ways to compensate her to get it back. Her main thing that she wanted to do was to get the roof done without paying any money, as well as
I'm sorry, did she ever agree that you making phone calls to the insurance company and Home Depot would substitute for $2,000?
Absolutely, and the reason why...
She did. She told you, I'll tell you what, if you
Yes.
place these 2 phone calls, I'm too lazy to place.
Right.
You don't have to pay me back the $2,000.
Yeah, it wasn't because of 2 phone calls, Your Honor. It was because of...
Yeah, but she said, if you swing this, you don't have to pay me back.
Yes,
she said that.
She actually said that because...
Okay, did you say that?
Never.
Yeah.
I can't imagine she'd say that.
Well, Your Honor, that's great. But here's the thing: I have all of the emails. I'll have all the.
Good. Show it to me.
Yes, ma'am. But that goes into the other case as well.
What other case?
The case that I have against her.
Oh, your
for my
counterclaim. Yeah,
Yes,
we'll
yes.
talk about that. Right now, I want to see the emails that say the loan is forgiven if you swing getting my roof fixed.
I don't have proof. I have
Okay, so let's not
of
waste
that
each other's
part.
time on that. Now let's talk about
Okay.
your counterclaim. You have a
Okay.
counterclaim against her for $2,500 for the value of an 18th century hat.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, Your Honor, I collect a lot of different things. I have a glove.
Is that the 18th century hat?
Yes. Yes, it
That's
is.
a hat from the 1700s?
1800s.
From the 1800s.
Yes. It actually belonged to.
Can I see it?
Sure. It actually belonged to one of the biggest tax guys that are here in New York in the 1800s.
Who was it? I'm afraid to touch it.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. Go bring it all
Who
the
did
way.
it belong to?
It's S.B. Williams.
And who was S.B. Williams?
S.B. Williams, well, the company there is based out of New York, and they were tax people that took care of some of the biggest tax things in legislature here in New York.
It's tiny, teeny. People were
Yes.
little.
And if you look at it in the inside, you can see that this was perfectly in
Extra
perfect shape.
quality, Knox, S.B. Williams, sole agent, Dayton, Ohio. So that's actually the name printed in there of the person who owned the hat.
Yes, and then inside you'll see the person that actually owned it, which is still
Okay, and according
the
to
same
you,
company.
she destroyed your hat.
She did destroy
How
it.
did she destroy your hat? I see the rip right here in the hat.
Right.
How did she destroy it?
I sent her an email, and actually I didn't owe her $2,000. I actually owed her $3,000 or a little bit more. And because $1,500 she lent me before that, which she's not even mentioning, and so with this counter,
Did you forget about another $1,500?
Yeah, see, I don't see how she did, but she did.
I just didn't have him signed for it, so I didn't bring it up.
No, not
Wow.
true. Not true.
But
Most
I
of
did
our
write it all
litigants don't
down.
really care about that. So since you didn't have a promissory note, you didn't sue for it? Okay.
Right.
Well, thanks for clarifying that you owe her 35 and not 2. Go on.
Exactly. Well, the news.
I hope you're a better James Brown than you are a defendant.
Well, the thing is that I'm not here to lie, and she did loan me that money, and because.
Oh, how'd you get the other? How do you figure you don't have to pay the other $1,500?
Well, because
What did you do for not having to pay that?
It's because of simply fact that she decided to keep my hat. She kept my hat and held it hostage. She just did it about 2 months ago. She did the same exact thing she's doing right now. She kept my hat, and then so that I couldn't use it for a show that I had to do, which was a major show in North Carolina.
How did she keep your hat? Why was your
I
hat
was
at
at
her
her
place?
house.
You weren't even living together. Why didn't you just have your hat at
I
your
have
own?
keys to her house. I'm at her house there all the time. So every time that she gets into an argument with me, I give her her keys and I leave.
And you leave your hat behind?
And I left that hat behind, just like recently, a month and a half ago, I left my jacket. She did the same thing. She kept it, and this time she didn't return it.
You would think you would learn over the hat trick that you
But
shouldn't leave the jacket behind.
She did not return it. She returned it to my mother, and she returned it to my mother damaged.
Did this hat have that damage when you dropped it off at his mom's? Did it already have it? It's been there forever, or you don't know anything about it?
I don't know anything about the damage.
Okay, because it's pretty. Can you bring her the hat? Because it's pretty significant.
Yeah. Your Honor, I'm
Does
trying
that
to
look
find an
familiar
email.
or no?
I sent her an email. I do have that email
Hold
with
on
me.
1 second. Would you have noticed that?
I would have noticed it.
You think you would have noticed it?
His mother would have noticed it. Everyone would have.
Do you have anything from your mother here?
My mother did notice it. She didn't want to be involved in the case. She loves her and she loves her.
I love her.
So the
She
fact
wouldn't
that,
lie.
the issue, Your Honor, is after I find this email, it'll be pretty much more clear. It's not
Oh,
that.
good, because it's not at all clear.
Yeah, I know.
It's shiny, but it's
And
not
I'm
clear.
shocked that I can't find the emails.
When you look at his email, it is nothing in there that said that hat was damaged. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I'm going to be wanting to see that.
I want you to see it.
I have it in my phone.
That's good. I'll let you
Yeah.
look for it in a second. But
Okay.
tell me, what is it that, turn your phone on in case you turned it off. You know what I'd really like you to do?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like you to do a spin.
Okay. Here you go. Here. Okay.
I can't stand it, so. That's pretty good. If you could only do to the evidence what you did to your body, things would look so much better for you. Okay. I alerted you to the fact that if you don't return the hat or at best put it on the porch unseen when I arrive, that you would forfeit monies owed to you via me in the full amount of $3,345. That doesn't sound like she agreed that if you did the roof, that, that sounds like that was all made up on your part.
No.
You chose not to comply after multiple attempts. You had a fair opportunity to settle, but chose not to. I will not be contacting you again. And this is something that you sent her December 4th. When did you get the hat?
I can't remember the exact date that I went to North Carolina.
So show me proof that you got the hat and said, oh my gosh, what happened to this hat? And that you were all offended at it being broken and stuff. You got that? Because I just looked for it and I can't
Well, what
find
I did, actually, I came to her house. Me and her got back together.
Do you have
so
written evidence to prove what you were saying? Yes or no?
No, not on the damage of the hat.
Let me ask you a
that
question.
I saved her.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You feel that you have helped her career. This is one of the other things you say in your answer to the complaint, that you have helped her career so much that you shouldn't have to pay back. Tell me about that.
Well, that came into, she had gave me actually $250 for something. And so she asked me, my sister signed me up for America's Got Talent. I said, okay, I tell you what. I said, if you feel I owe you any more money, let's do this. So she wrote it out. I don't have it. And I said, this is what I would do. I would create, I would manage you. I would give you your vocal lessons, which I did. She did a good job when I took her down there to America's Got Talent.
What does I will manage you mean?
I taught her vocals. I got her vocals on point because she was a little sloppy with it. I created her website, created her Facebook, created her Instagram, created her bio so that she could have.
Did you do that because you were her boyfriend, or did you do that to work off your loan?
No, this was for any monies. I told her for any debts that you feel that I owe you, because we kept going back and forth. She never asked me for money. She never asked me for money, ever. What
do you think is the reason she's here suing you?
She's here because of my Chinese musician that I have, and that is the only reason why we're here. Exactly.
No, I don't understand. What do you mean?
Okay, I have a Chinese musician that's a violinist, one of the best in the world, and she can't stand her. So
Why can't she stand her?
I don't know.
Do you mean you're dating her?
She didn't. No, I'm not dating her.
I'm not understanding. Do you mean you're dating her?
No, I'm not dating her. She's my musician in my band.
How long have you guys been broken up?
I didn't want to bring that up because I was really trying to save the lady. But the lady he's talking about, that he says he works for, he drives her car. She's a married woman. He have keys to her house. He has keys to her house. I'm sure her husband doesn't know that. He also works for her. These are things that, this is a person that you're supposed to be just a working situation with. He has pictures of her on Facebook with his whole family. He has her, now he brought her up, because I wasn't going to do it because I don't have anything against that woman.
But tell me,
wants to bring her
did this woman pop up before you broke up?
Yes, she did.
Oh, right.
He was supposed to be helping me with my career, and he totally just stopped my career and started working with her. I said, fine. I'll work on my own. I didn't ask him to go to America's Got Talent for me.
Did you go to America's Got Talent?
Absolutely, I did.
How'd it go?
And I got that without him.
How did that go?
He went to America's Got Talent. He was doing more show than I was.
Okay, how did it go?
It went pretty well.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, how long in a relationship before you start loaning the other person money?
A year.
Why do you say a year?
You got to get to know them first, to know if they're going to pay you back.
What do you say?
Ooh, I say about a year or two.
Oh, it seems like something's going here. What do you say? Let's get somebody older and wiser.
Okay, I think about 90 days.
90? I was looking for older and wiser, not just older.
You're going to go broke.
Going inside the courtroom.
For my America's Got Talent, because he set up my Facebook for me, he hacked my Facebook. He put a picture. I take a lot of pictures with a lot of people. He put a picture of me and a friend of mine, which is a guy friend, and I had a bunch of guy friends on this picture. And he put that on my profile picture, and that guy's girlfriend tried to attack me about that picture.
Did you do that?
That he did.
I did not do that. What I did was I cut her phone off, and that comes to a really good point. The day that she said I hit her, she returned stuff, she called my mother and said I
hit
cut
her? Wait.
Exactly. She,
I have an order of protection.
You have an order of protection?
She makes some lies up. She hates this girl so much.
All right. Peace out. I'm done.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, all right. On her lawsuit
lied.
against you for $2,000, I find in your favor and I order him to pay you back the $2,000. On your counterclaim against her for $2,500, I find also in her favor because I don't see a single thing about the damage to the hat. It just sounds to me like another attempt to weasel out of paying, like the Home Depot was and like all these other things are.
Yeah.
So I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. Good luck, folks.
Okay.
Well, the plaintiff prevails here in the court. Kind of a double whammy for you, Mr. Wilson. You
Not
lost
really.
your countersuit. She won hers.
Right.
Not a good day, huh?
Well, it's a great day because she just helped my other case, where she said I hit her and I didn't hit her, and she just proved it. So that's all I wanted, to get that evidence, and I got it.
That's all
I
you
wanted.
All right. Well, you got the hat here.
I got the hat.
You look pretty good out there. Are you a good James Brown?
I'm the front man for the James Brown Band, and I'm on tour with the Isley Brothers. So I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that she got her money and whatever. But the point is that, she lied and said that I hit her, and that's the only evidence I wanted to get out of this today. That's why I agreed to come.
Okay, very good. Thank you
Yes.
very much. You must sign a few documents out there. Ms. Evans, how do you feel about the outcome here? You got your money back now? You happy about that?
Absolutely.
Are you jealous about this
Absolutely
other
not.
Chinese lady he's talking about?
Absolutely not.
No?
No.
All right.
That's
So
not-
is the relationship all over now between the two of you?
It's been over for a long time.
For a long time? That's it?
That's
Okay.
it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You must sign a few documents. Harvey, that's it for this case. What do you think?
Okay, Doug, so if you loan money to somebody, whether it's somebody in a relationship or not, send them an email, and whether you do it directly or indirectly, acknowledge the fact that you loaned them money. Say something so you have something in writing.